What is up, guys? It's TheGreatWall back at it again with another video. Today we are here with another Rebuildmas. I'd like to preface this by saying I did a whole intro and then realized I did not hit record. Yesterday was day 6. Or I say yesterday. The last video was the 6th. This one down here was the 7th. I just opened it. It's a 5-card pack. I would like to say that I know I'm a little bit behind on these. I'm a little bit busy with school and stuff, so I'm gonna try to get back on track. But let's get this pack opening. Oh my gosh, the last player in this pack is sick. I already see who it is. Alright, so the first player we get goes by the name of Yandy Diaz. This pack is lit. Oh my god. The next person's insane too. Yandy Diaz. Then we follow it up with none other than Mr. World Series MVP himself, Yamamoto. The player behind him is none other than Byron Buxton. And if you didn't think it could get any better at all, it's not better, but it's very good. Logan Gilbert. And the player that I said I saw, he's a relatively small player. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. He was once linked to playing for the Giants. It's Mr. Aaron Judge. So, yeah, this might be one of the best packs. I'm pretty sure there was a different one that was better, but this one is nuts. Yeah, this should be very easy. This might be a 1-year rebuild. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead, put these players on my team, and then you know the drill. You know the drill at this point. All right, so I have assembled the team. This team is nuts. 399s is insane. Logan Gilbert's also a beast. Yandy Diaz, he always drops in the first season. I've seen him maybe get stay decent maybe once or twice. So we gotta hope for the best. I'm gonna go sign a full team, and then we'll hop into the season. I am gonna make as many trades as possible at the June 15th opening period for me. So this should be a 1-year rebuild. All right, so we are at June 15th, or technically it's June 16th, and I'm allowed to start trading the players I just signed. We're only 5 games back on the Dodgers, and currently in the third spot for the wild card. Our team's doing a lot better than I thought they would be doing. I think it's because we have guys like Judge and Buxton kind of carrying the team, as well as Yamamoto and Gilbert on the other side. So we're going to make a lot of moves, try to make this a kind of like World Series roster to compete with the Dodgers and other teams. So, yeah, I'm going to start making some trades. We're going to trade Huascar Yanoa and Brian Sammons for Hayden Birdsong, Blade Tidwell, and JT Brubaker. All right, we're going to trade Adrian Anaya for Chase McDermott, Albert Suarez, and Tyler Wells. We're going to trade Lee Lopez for Shane Drohan and Kyle Harrison. We're going to trade JT Brubaker and Hayden Birdsong for Griffin Jacks, Garrett Clevenger, and Joe Boyle. Alright, we're going to trade JD Martinez and Tyler Wells for Eric Lauer and Irv Carter. We're going to trade Shane Drohan for Kyle Tyler, Owen White, and Mike Clevenger. Alright, we're going to trade Joe Boyle and Albert Suarez for Cade Smith and Joey Cantillo. Alright, we're going to trade Mike Clevenger, Chase McDermott, and Joe Random for Mike Lorenzen, Bailey Falter, and Hunter Harvey. Alright, we're going to trade Owen White and James Karinchak for Connor Prelip, Cody Lawyerson, and Taj Bradley. We're going to trade 2 Joe Randoms and Kyle Tyler for Aaron Brooks, Mason Barnett, and Carlos Duran. Alright, we're going to trade a Joe Random and Dylan Coleman for Emerson Hancock straight up. Basically what I'm doing is getting all the relief pitchers I can turn into starters, and then I just kind of want to build up as much trade capital at one time, and then go after some bigger players. So, yeah, we're going to make this deal. Alright, we're going to trade a Joe Random and Declan Cronin, New Jersey legend, for Patrick Corbin and Kumar Rocker. We're going to trade Dana Rubin for J.R. Ritchie, Connor Seabold, and Dane Dunning. Alright, we're going to trade Arelvis Martinez as well as our last, actually not our last 2, but Blade Tidwell and Irv Carter for Daniel Palencia, the GOAT Mike Soroka, and Ben Brown. Alright, we're going to trade Yasmani Grandal, a Joe Random, and Kyle Harrison for Dennis Santana, Braxton Ashcraft, and Carmen Mladenski. We're going to trade Carlos Duran and, where is he? Joey Cantillo for Alex Vesia and Roki Sasaki. Alright, we're going to trade Alex Verdugo, Taj Bradley, and Michael Lorenzen for Kyle Tucker, who's going to probably play left field for us. Yeah, he's going to play left field. Problem with this team is we don't have much money, so I don't know how many moves we're going to be able to make, but we're going to try our best. So this is the first one we're going to make. Alright, we're going to trade Bailey Falter and a Joe Random for Randy Rodriguez. We're going to trade J.R. Ritchie, Hunter Harvey, and Sean Gomez for Emmanuel Clase. So our bullpen is going to look like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I guess Zach Jackson's out, so yeah. Alright, we're going to trade Zach Jackson, Carmen Ladonsky, and Mason Barnett for Adley Rutschman. Alright, we're going to trade JT Chargois and Dane Dunning. You knew he was going to be here at some point for Xavier Edwards. Alright, we're going to trade Cody Lawyerson, Patrick Corbin, and Braxton Ashcraft for Jacob Wilson. Another player that we get a lot because he gets on base. Alright, we're going to trade Garrett Hampson, Ben Brown, and Kumar Rocker for Junior Caminero, who's always a beast in this game. He's going to hold it down at third base. I think our last need is a DH, and then we'll be fine. So, yeah. Alright, we're going to trade Daniel Palencia as well as Joey Gallo and Nick Maton for Gabe Spear and Andres Munoz. They're both going down in overalls, which isn't ideal, but I think they're going to be good for us. We're dumping money and getting 2 elite, bullpen pieces, which is also going to allow us to trade another bullpen piece to, get someone better. So, yeah. Alright, I know we just got Andres Munoz, but we're going to take him and Connor Seabold and flip them into Abner Uribe. Alright, we're going to trade Aaron Brooks and Emerson Hancock as well as a Joe Random for Brent Rooker, who is going to be our DH. Alright, we're going to trade a Joe Random as well as Connor Prelip for Juan Yepes, who's going to be a backup first baseman slash third baseman slash outfielder. So, yeah, that's the last deal we're making. This is a World Series team. I'll see you guys at the All-Star break. Alright, so I have made another miscalculation. We had 2-minute relievers, so trading Abner Uribe and Dennis Santana for Mason Miller. Now we should be good to go. Alright, we're at the Home Run Derby. I didn't even draft because I know that this is the year. Aaron Judge is here. Kyle Tucker's here. Team is nuts. We're not going to be... I don't think we're going to be better than the Dodgers in the regular season. I think that's not even really a possibility. Yamamoto's here, though. Looks to be the only starter from our team. I feel like a lot of the players we got, Xavier Edwards would be, just weren't really those, I feel like a lot of the guys we got obviously were not starting pitchers, so that doesn't help. Or they were not in the MLB, like Emmanuel Clase, a couple relievers that we got. Yeah, that being said, team's fine. I'm not even going to show you the draft class. I'll see you guys at the playoffs. Alright, we won 99 games. We won the division. We are the 2 seed, which, I would like to be the 1 seed, but I'm okay with it. Aaron Judge, 302, same as Xavier Edwards. Griffin Conine, have a season and a half. Wow. Judge, 302, 33 home runs. Did not have a good year for Judge standards. 13 home runs out of Xavier Edwards is a lot. Yeah. Awards. Aaron Judge won the Hank Aaron. Jacob Wilson, NL Rookie of the Year. We'd like to see that. Yamamoto, 16-6. Not a bad year. Not a bad year. Judge was third for the batting title. Technically tied, but still. Jacob Wilson did a great job. He had 290, 19 home runs. Down to an 85. Yeah. I'm going to go fix the team, and then we will get into the playoffs. Alright, we are taking on the Phillies. Yamamoto versus Luzardo, Game 1. Is a loss. Gilbert versus Suarez, Game 2. Sasaki versus Sanchez. Lauer versus Wheeler. Soroka versus Luzardo to complete the 0-2 comeback. Is a W. We're taking on Chicago. I'm going to go fix the rotation. Make sure our team looks good. We're going to hop in. Alright, we are taking on the Cubs. Yamamoto versus Steele, Game 1. Is a W. Gilbert versus Horton game 2. Is a W. Roki versus Shota. Is a loss. Lauer versus Jameson Taillon. W. Soroka versus Steele to move on. Is a W. We are taking on the Texas Rangers. I'm going to go fix the team. We're going to hop into the World Series. Alright, we are taking on the Rangers. Yamamoto versus Nathan Eovaldi. Game 1. Is a W. Logan Gilbert versus Tyler Mahle. Game 2. Is a W. Roki versus Cody Bradford to take a 3-0 lead. Is a W. We have 4 chances to win it. Or we could just complete the sweep right here, which would be nice. We do have, I think it's Eric Lauer on the bump. Yes, we do. Team looks good. I mean, we have 99, so we should be pretty solid as we give up a solo shot to Corey Seager, because Corey Seager is the king of the playoffs. We tied up, though, but they are putting runners in scoring position doesn't matter. There we go, Lauer. All right. Eric Lauer, just have a day. All right. Offense, can we get another run in here? All right, Eric Lauer is done. He did a great job. We have a good bullpen, hopefully. Corey Seager with his second home run of the game. He's 3 for 3. Offense is getting quiet.
He's safe.
They're going to score another one. That is ball game, yeah. All right, we're going to game 5, unfortunately. Unless the offense... No. The offense does not put up the runs necessary. Corey Seager went off. I'll see you guys in game 5. Alright, we are going to run Yamamoto this game. We're going to skip Soroka's spot in the rotation. Same team and everything. We put up 2. Now, Yamamoto, you are the best pitcher in baseball in this game right now. Maybe, maybe not. There we go. We put up 2 more. Nice little run support for Mr. Yamamoto. There we go. Just keep pushing through. There we go. 6-0. Should be all Yamamoto needs, realistically. There we go. 2 more. He's going to have a 2-run shot. All right, he's done. He's done. He had a great game. Let's bring in Kate Smith. See if he can do a job for us. Wow. And then we are going to bring in the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Betting himself. Manuel Clase, you know the drill. Let's hop in and get the final out. Yeah. Not a sweep, but I don't know if this is true, but I think it's called a gentleman's sweep. So, yeah, let's just get this final out with Manuel Clase. We asserted our dominance. I'm starting to learn the zero, what's it called? The zero overall rebuild method, if you will. So, I think I'm getting very efficient with it. Clase, 0-2. Strike 3, that is a .5. We are World Series champions. I feel like Clase to Adley has been happening a couple times. I could be wrong with that, but it feels like it's happened before for me in the rebuilds. Jacob Wilson with 2 home runs. Yamamoto had a stellar game. 7 innings pitched, 2 runs. Did a great job. Yeah. I mean, Jacob Wilson, Aaron Judge, Brent Rooker. Phenomenal. All technically athletics at one point. Mr. Judge was drafted by them. Jacob Wilson, World Series MVP and playoff MVP. So, great year from him. Rookie of the Year, World Series and playoff MVP. Yeah, he did a phenomenal job, to put it lightly. That being said, I didn't even show you guys the players. So, Yamamoto, Gilbert, we saw both of those guys. Yandy Diaz was here. He didn't do too much against the Rangers. And then we had, obviously, Buxton. Didn't see much from him. He was not very good in this game, in this sem. And then Aaron Judge, we saw him. That being said, thank you guys as always for watching. Stay tuned for the next one, and peace.